Hello, YouTube. This is fun. I've never done this before. My name is Liv, and I am sitting down today to do an introductory video, I guess, tell you a little bit about myself and what we're going to be doing here on the channel. This is my first dedicated YouTube video. I've never really done anything like this, and I am recording on my phone. So it is a really janky setup, so please bear with us while we get everything kind of up and running and proper editing and everything like that. It's going to be a little bit janky for a while. But myself and my mum have decided to start a little YouTube channel to document our own process of becoming way more eco-friendly and self-sufficient and growing our own food and making our own clothes and just in general becoming a lot more earth-friendly. I am recording this and we are kicking this off in the middle of the awful COVID-19 pandemic, and I'm not going to spend any time really dwelling on that because I'm absolutely hating it and it's making me miserable. But I will say that this is something that we've wanted to do for ages. Growing our own food, being a lot more sort of earth conscious, and this whole situation has really made us realise that we should have been doing a lot more a lot sooner. I'm sure you've seen all the sort of silver lining stories about the lack of pollution and Venice's canals clearing up and everything like that, and while that's fantastic, it also really goes to prove that as species we need to be doing more to look after our home and what we have. So that's kind of been the catalyst to actually get going with this project. We have, as I said, wanted to do it for ages, but we're finally doing it, and we're going to document it all here on YouTube, and we'll come across things that we have done massively wrong, and we'll be able to tell you not to do it that way. So if you're at all interested, what you're going to be seeing here on the channel is growing our own food, using that food to cook maybe, depending on how successfully we manage to grow anything, making our own clothes. There's also going to be zero waste products and just loads of kind of eco-friendly things that we discover and that we enjoy, tips and tricks for being less wasteful around the home, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully this channel is going to end up really full of really good things that my mum and I can look back on in the future and think, do you know what, we actually did everything that we could to leave less of a mark on the planet. That's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to limit our footprint, we're trying to limit the amount of damage that we do. And we really wanted to start this YouTube channel to document that for ourselves, but to also offer pretty much like, this is our experience of doing it for other people if anyone's interested, mostly because we are going to be doing this on an incredibly tight budget, and I do mean incredibly tight. I have just spent the last week of my life building 2 vegetable beds, raised vegetable beds from pallets that I've recycled, and there is going to be a separate video about them coming, and there is also going to be a blog post. I already have a blog, I already run one, and I've been lacking inspiration in the blog for quite a few months, totally not related at all, but my blog has really suffered because of some personal circumstances in the last sort of 6 months or so. So I'm going to be getting back into blogging, and I'm going to do written and photographic posts, as well as sharing our videos from YouTube to the blog there as well, so that you can always see what we're up to and what we're kind of doing. It's going to be a little bit mostly vlogs, I think, to be honest. We are kind of just wanting to document what works for us and what doesn't work for us, so that we have something to refer back to. But we're also going to be sharing how we do things. So there will, as I said, be a video about the raised beds. I'm going to be showing you how I built them, how you can build them. It's actually super easy. It's a little labor intensive, but it is super easy. And I've never built anything in my life other than IKEA furniture. So if I can do it, then anyone can. And then we're going to be documenting what grows, what doesn't, what survives well here, because Obviously, most people won't know, we do live on the beautiful Isle of Skye in the Northern Highlands of Scotland, and we're about 4 weeks, 5 weeks behind the rest of the world when it comes to the growing season, which is great. It gives us more time. We've been able to build the beds, pick the seeds, you know, do whatever it is we need to do to get ready, and we still don't have to plant yet. You know, it's really, you get a lot more time. It's really forgiving, which is nice. The flip side of that is the summers are short, the winters are incredibly long. Most things don't grow here, so we are going to be experimenting. We're going to be listing, both here and on the blog, everything that we're trying to grow and what succeeds and what doesn't succeed, and maybe why we think it doesn't succeed as well. This is very much a project that I feel super passionate about, but I am working with my mum for it, mostly because we both want to do something that's less impactful on the planet and that keeps us a little bit healthier and saves us a bit of money in the long run. Growing your own food will save you money in the long run, we know that. And becoming a little bit more self-sufficient and not having to rely on shops and travelling and creating a carbon footprint and all that kind of stuff. So we're really trying to do as much as we can in a tiny back garden on a remote Scottish island. That's the remit, with a really, really, really tight budget. I am talking, my mum and I both earn minimum wage. She works full-time, I work part-time. Like, that's it. We have bills to pay, we have a house to pay for, we have lives to live. Do you know what I mean? Like, life's expensive. It is expensive. And on top of all of that, we want to do growing our own food and building things and, you know, being all kinds of eco-warrior and self-sufficient. So it is going to be a very tight budget. So if you're in the market for information about what you can do on a really tight budget to grow your own food, be less wasteful, be more sustainable and more planet conscious, then this might be somewhere that you want to pop back to in the future and have a look at what we're up to, because you might find it useful. So that's just a little rundown of what you're going to be seeing here on the YouTube channel and on the blog. I am also going to be posting a lot of behind the scenes stuff on my personal Instagram. You can find all the details, if I can figure out how, I will put them somewhere on the screen, and they'll be in the description bar below as well, so you can check all of that stuff out there. I haven't written any blog posts yet about this. I am going to be working this week on an introductory blog post so that I can share this video to the blog as well. I really hope that anyone coming across this video and this channel in the future finds something interesting, at the very least that you can take away a little bit of inspiration to try and do something less wasteful and less impactful on the planet. We're really excited about it, and the only thing that's disappointing is that my mum had to work today, and I really wanted to get this video done because I kept putting it off and putting it off. So unfortunately that's why my mum isn't here, but she will be with me in the future, and she will be in most of the videos that appear on this channel. And hopefully you'll enjoy what you see here and find it maybe a little bit informative or a little bit inspirational. Like I said, you can check out my blog, my Instagram, and my Twitter in the description bar. I'm going to leave all of those linked down there for you, as well as links to certain things that I have found really inspirational, that have really like galvanized this whole situation and made this project come to fruition and allowed us to actually get started, because there's a few books and some blogs and some YouTube channels and things like that. So I will link all of that kind of inspo material below as well, and you can check all of that out there. And I will see you, hopefully with my mother, in the next one.